Elon Musk's first marriage, a story of love, loss, and transition. Elon Musk's first marriage to Justine Musk began with the promise of forever, as most unions do. However, the relationship was marred by neglect, emotional distance, and a gradual loss of intimacy, even after they welcomed their 5 sons. Despite these challenges, Justine was willing to stay. The turning point came when Elon, via text, informed her of his engagement to British actress Talulah Riley. This revelation, paired with another defining moment, marked the end of their marriage. What was that pivotal incident, and where is Justine Musk today? Join us as we delve into the unraveling of their relationship. Their whirlwind romance eventually spiraled into a high-profile divorce, during which Justine shared insights into her life with the multimillionaire co-founder of PayPal, Tesla, and SpaceX. In the spring of 2008, Elon filed for divorce. Just 6 weeks later, he texted Justine to announce his engagement to Talulah Riley, a younger actress known for her role in Pride and Prejudice, 2005. This announcement struck Justine deeply, especially given her own struggles with Elon pressuring her to change her appearance, a stark contrast to her initial appreciation of Talulah's non-blonde look. Justine reflected on the early days of their relationship, marked by Elon's passionate pursuit. They first met at Queen's University in Ontario, Canada, where Justine was an aspiring writer. Elon, a year ahead of her, stood out with his South African accent and polished demeanor. After a chance encounter on campus, he persistently sought her attention, even bringing 2 melting ice cream cones to the student center when she initially declined his invitation. His persistence won her over, and a romance began. As their bond grew, Elon admired Justine's ambition, a trait she had often been criticized for in past relationships. Over time, however, their contrasting personalities became more evident. Elon's wealth and logical mindset often felt abstract and distant to Justine. After graduation, their lives took separate paths. Justine moved to Japan to teach English, while Elon pursued his entrepreneurial dreams in Silicon Valley. Yet fate brought them back together. By then, Elon was working on his first company, Zip2, and living modestly with roommates. Their rekindled relationship deepened, with moments like Elon encouraging Justine to follow her literary dreams and generously supporting her passion for books. In 2000, shortly before their wedding, Elon brought up a financial agreement requested by his company's board. Though he reassured Justine it wasn't a prenuptial agreement, it symbolized the changes wealth had brought into their lives. After selling Zip2 for $20 million, Elon's lifestyle shifted dramatically. He bought a McLaren F1 sports car, a private plane, and an upscale condo. Despite these changes, Justine saw him as her soulmate and believed their bond was unshakable. Yet, their relationship strained under the pressures of Elon's growing empire and their differing priorities. The postnuptial agreement she signed early in their marriage became a contentious point during their divorce, as did Elon's sudden engagement announcement. Stay tuned as we uncover the defining moments that led Justine Musk to reclaim her life, offering a closer look at the woman who once stood beside one of the world's most enigmatic billionaires. Over time, warning signs began to emerge in their relationship. At their wedding reception, Elon remarked that he was the dominant partner. Although Justine initially dismissed it, his actions later reinforced this dynamic. Raised in a male-dominated culture, Elon's competitive drive extended beyond his work and into their marriage. Coupled with the financial disparity between them, this dynamic allowed Elon's opinions to overshadow hers, leaving Justine feeling diminished. When she reminded him that she was his wife, not an employee, Elon would sometimes retort that if she were an employee, he'd have fired her. In 2002, when eBay acquired PayPal, Elon's wealth soared to over $100 million. The couple moved to Los Angeles and welcomed their first child, Nevada Alexander. Tragically, the joy of this milestone was short-lived. The same week PayPal was sold, Nevada passed away from sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS, at just 10 weeks old. Although he was resuscitated, a lack of oxygen had left him brain dead. After 3 days on life support, Justine and Elon made the heartbreaking decision to let him go. Justine held Nevada in her arms as he passed away. Elon avoided discussing their loss, while Justine openly grieved, a difference that created tension. Elon viewed her grief as emotionally manipulative, and Justine, feeling misunderstood, suppressed her emotions. Less than 2 months later, they visited an IVF clinic, determined to move forward. Over the next 5 years, they welcomed twins and triplets. During this time, Justine also achieved success as an author, publishing 3 novels with Penguin and Simon & Schuster. Despite these accomplishments, Nevada's death left her battling depression, which might have persisted if a nanny hadn't suggested therapy. Initially skeptical, Justine eventually found solace and perspective in weekly sessions. Their lifestyle had drastically transformed from their early days in a small Mountain View apartment. Now they lived in a sprawling 6,000-square-foot home in Bel Air, supported by a domestic staff of 5. Their lives revolved around high-profile events, from black-tie fundraisers to glamorous parties with celebrities like Paris Hilton and Leonardo DiCaprio. They traveled via private jets, vacationed in luxury, and attended exclusive gatherings, including Larry Page's wedding on Richard Branson's private island alongside stars like John Cusack and Bono. On the surface, their life seemed enviable, but cracks in their marriage deepened. Elon's relentless focus on work often left him distant at home. Justine yearned for meaningful conversations, intimacy, and emotional connection, but these remained elusive. The support he once offered her writing faded, replaced by dismissiveness toward her career. Arguments grew frequent, with Elon honing in on her perceived shortcomings. Justine felt increasingly insignificant and feared how this strained environment might affect their 5 sons. In the spring of 2008, 8 years into their marriage, a car accident became a pivotal moment for Justine. As another car collided with hers, she found herself contemplating how Elon would react. This moment of clarity brought into focus how much she had lost herself in the relationship. From her platinum blonde hair, something Elon had encouraged, to her shrinking sense of identity, Justine felt like she had become a trophy wife. The realization that her life no longer felt like her own became the catalyst for change. She wasn't interested in maintaining a picture-perfect home, hosting glamorous events, or adhering to the beauty standards expected in their high-profile lifestyle. Instead, she yearned for change and a return to the kind of partnership they had shared before Elon made his millions. When she expressed her feelings, Elon agreed to attend counseling, but the immense pressure of managing 2 companies soon overwhelmed him. After a few sessions, he issued an ultimatum: either fix their marriage immediately or face divorce. The very next day, he filed for divorce. Though initially shocked, Justine also felt an unexpected sense of relief. It was only then that she fully grasped the implications of signing the postnuptial agreement 8 years earlier. By doing so, she had relinquished many marital rights, including claims to shared assets beyond their home. However, her legal team believed they could challenge the agreement, arguing that it lacked full financial disclosure, a violation of marital fiduciary duty. The divorce proceedings became a defining chapter in their relationship's end. According to a BBC documentary aired in October 2022, Justine first learned of Elon's decision to file for divorce through their therapist. This marked the definitive end of their years together. Around the time they signed the postnup, Elon had been involved in a significant merger between X.com and Confinity, which later became PayPal. This merger dramatically increased the value of Elon's stock, far beyond what was disclosed in the agreement. Whether intentional or an oversight, Justine's legal team argued this omission rendered the contract potentially invalid. However, confidentiality rules around mediation complicated the challenge. After 2 years in the legal system, the case finally went to court. The judge ruled in Elon's favor but acknowledged the complexity of the matter, certifying it for appeal. The resolution was still over a year away. Post-divorce, Justine embraced change. She cut and dyed her hair dark, signaling a fresh start, and began a new relationship with an old acquaintance. One evening, he took her to a play reading by Eve Ensler. Surrounded by powerful, independent women like Arianna Huffington, Justine realized how far removed this world was from her previous life, where women were often reduced to the roles of wives, girlfriends, or assistants to wealthy men. That night, she felt she was reclaiming her independence and rediscovering her voice. Although estranged from Elon and communicating only through his assistant about their children, Justine has no regrets about their marriage or divorce. Over time, she worked through her anger, both at Elon for making her feel replaceable and at herself for believing in a fairy tale.